On this week's Blitz, the game's so big we've had to throw out half the rest of the show just to fit it in. I think you'll agree it's worth it though. Two of the league's best in a mid-season test of strength could have repercussions for the postseason. Then we examine the work habits that have made San Francisco's Jerry Rice a certainty for the Hall of Fame when he retires. Just so we're not accused of bias, we profile a Packer who's already there. Morning all. Now usually on Blitz we content ourselves with previewing Sunday's games. This week though we've had a rush of blood to the head and decided to preview the playoffs. Not because we just unearthed Nostradamus' long-lost NFL predictions for the end of the second millennium, but because Monday night brought a meeting of the San Francisco 49ers and the Green Bay Packers, two of the best teams in the league, who met of course in last season's playoffs. The 49ers started as favourites and with home field advantage, an advantage the Packers took away early. This Craig Newsome fumble recovery on the game's first series gave Green Bay a lead, but they never lost. Green Bay forced 4 turnovers to go with Brett Favre's 2 touchdown passes. The shocking thing for 49ers fans was how their team was physically manhandled by the Packers. They're the ones with home field advantage for the rematch, a game that could have implications for this year's playoffs. Now it's too early in the season to be upsetting all you Cowboys fans by saying that this game would decide the Super Bowl favourite from the NFC, but there's a fair chance that the winner would get the edge in the race for home field advantage for the playoffs. And there's no doubt about the psychological importance of the game, especially for the 49ers, who felt that they were embarrassed by the Packers in that home loss in January. Ow! 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 The big change from last season for San Francisco is at quarterback. Steve Young, still not 100% healthy. Elvis Grbac, who looks increasingly like a legitimate successor, will make his 3rd start in a row, looking for his 3rd win in a row. Last year, the 49er defense was ranked number 1 in the league. Although some stars left in the off-season, veterans like Chris Dolman have been brought in to good effect. In fact, the defense has been the strength of a team that's only managed to deliver 2 touchdown passes so far this season to the incomparable Jerry Rice. With Brent Jones hurt and the running game still struggling though, 49ers have to find a way to get their best player the ball. In Green Bay, it's hard to get out of the way of touchdown passes. Brett Favre has a phenomenal 20 in 6 games, and the 3rd leading receiver on the team has 2 more touchdowns than Rice. But the Packers' success is as much down to a ball-hungry defense, which has nearly twice as many turnovers so far this year as they did the whole of last year.
I think sometimes we have better breaks on quarterbacks because we're studying them a little bit more. And some of the balls are going to be tipped, and we just want to be in a position to make the pick. We have good team speed on defense this year, the best since I've been here. And so that adds to it. I think we swarm around. When you swarm around the ball carrier or swarm around the ball and the ball gets popped loose, you got a better chance.
Green Bay just one boiling kettle away from a major power cut, and Lambeau Field sold out as it has been since prehistoric times. The Packers defense started the same way they did in last year's playoff game, with a turnover, number 26 of the season, courtesy of Leroy Butler, who just rips the ball from Tommy Vardell. A good start on defense then, but a disastrous one on offense. On the first Packers play, Robert Brooks tore a knee ligament in this innocuous-looking encounter. Green Bay's leading receiver went out not just for the rest of the game, but the rest of the season. The Packers kicked a field goal on their first possession, and Steve Young's understudy went back to work.
And Grbac on 3rd and 4 going very deep, and that is picked off by Eugene Robinson.
2 possessions, 2 interceptions for Grbac, and Mike Holmgren is looking to make this one count.
Barker can't get far, and Brett goes on the run, and it's Don Beebe who gets free and makes the catch and is out of bounds at the 12.
When we come back after the break, we'll have the recipe for perfect rice, a look ahead to all of this week's games, the recap of all last week's. What more could you ask for? Over the past 10 years, the 49ers have been through a fair amount of change, from Bill Walsh to George Seifert as head coach, from Joe Montana to Steve Young at quarterback, and from Roger Craig to Ricky Waters to whoever's been signed this week at running back. But regardless of who's been calling the signals or throwing the ball, Jerry Rice has always been there to catch it. As we saw earlier in the show, his 150 touchdown catches are easily the most in history, and in his 12th season, he's still the best at what he does. And part of the reason is what he does in the off-season.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ignition.
Oh, let's roll. Here's an out. Jerry Rice going up on top. He's got Jerry Rice looking for 6. Jerry Rice. A young throw. Jerry Rice again. Touchdown. And Rice has another. Oh, my.
Here's old JR. Bring it back. Well, this is the fourth quarter. About 2 minutes left in the game. What am I going to do? Give up? Nah. I'll fight through it.
Rice, he got it. Touchdown, 49ers.
I feel stronger now than when I first came into the league, and I think it has a lot to do with my regimen.
If I didn't love this game, I wouldn't be doing this.
Oh, is there a sign of someone getting tired around here? No, he's really kicking my butt this morning.
He is Rice's off-season trainer, Raymond Farris, and this is what he likes to kick it with, a mountain trail in Northern California, where Jerry, along with a few other off-season masochists like his former teammate Ricky Waters, spend their summers suffering.
Well, when I first started, I really have to focus hard because I know the first 100, 200 yards is going to be really difficult, and somehow I got to maintain. So I try to get all fired up. It's just like a game situation. The last 800 meters, you have nothing left, and somehow you got to dig deep and you got to fight through it. At times I felt like crying. At times I felt like I would really throw up. But you know, something just keeps pushing you, and you just willing to get it done. You have new guys to come in and give it a try, and they can't master it. It's just that difficult.
When I first came out here, I thought I was really safe. I said, I'm going to come out here and burn these guys, right?
I remember the first day Ricky came, so he was running with us, and he felt like, oh, this is nothing. You know, I'm running with Jerry. This is my first day.
And I said, let me just stay with Jerry. I was round his heels. I said, just stay with him. I'm fine.
And Raymond told me, okay, Jerry, go.
I was like, go where? Is he done? All of a sudden, he starts taking off running.
That took everything out of him, and he couldn't believe that, we could finish as strong as we did.
When I got to the top, he was like this, come on, Rick, come on, baby, way to go. I'm like, man, you're not tired? I mean, I felt like stuff was trying to come up my throat and my chest was burning.
A guy can come out, he can only sustain for so long. Eventually, at the end, I'll get him.
It only comes along once in a while. You just have that one player, that one guy who's special. He focuses a little bit more than everybody else does. He really wants it a little bit more than everybody else.
It's a price you have to pay to have success, and I'm willing to pay that price.
Jerry Rice, the hardest working receiver in show business. After Monday night's loss, the 49ers head home this week to kick the Cat, which is bad news for the Bengals because they're the Cats in question. Green Bay have a bye week, and here's the rest of what's happening.